This is the Marketing Minute with Eric Rhodes, author of the #1 Amazon bestseller, Make More Money Selling Your Art, Proven Techniques to Turn Your Passion into Profit.
Well, in the Marketing Minute, I try to answer your art marketing questions. Email them to me, eric@artmarketing.com. That's a new email address, not eric@pleinairmagazine.com. That way they go straight to the art marketing questions. Before I get to questions, a quick thought. The majority of us go into the year without a plan, and if we make plans, we tend to make them after the year starts. It's like New Year's comes, it's like, oops, I better do something. My 2020 plans have been done for months. I work on them in July, and you still have some time. And I think you really want to take time with your plans. Don't just whip them together in 10 seconds. You know, take a day, take a couple of days, really be thoughtful. I take 5 days to work on my plans. Yep, 5 days. And I bring all my folks in and we talk about things together. So now's the time to lay out your plan for the year. What are your goals? Pick no more than 3 goals for the year. 3 big goals. Big goals, right? And then prioritize them. Which one is most important? Which is second most important? And so on. Then you build a plan to accomplish each goal. We use what are called KPIs, Key Performance Indicators. These are the steps towards a goal, the things you need to accomplish a goal. So every goal has multiple steps. Sometimes those steps might be 50 things that you have to do throughout the course of a year. And then sometimes those steps have steps that you have to get to. So what would be an example? A step for, let's say your goal is to sell $50,000 worth of paintings. That means KPI would be you have to say, okay, well, I have to sell so many paintings a month. That means I have to sell so many paintings a week. That means I have to sell so many paintings a day. If you're focused on those numbers all the time and you just pay attention to them, it's like, well, I haven't sold a painting today. I better get on the phone and see what I can do. I know that sounds oversimplified, but the idea is that you take everything and break it out into many steps. So your goals have many steps. If you accomplish 3 big goals for the year, you're doing a pretty good job. And I don't always accomplish 3 goals, but I always try to accomplish the #1 goal. And everything I do in my business and in my life related to that goal is to drive that goal home. And so other things, the reason that's important because you get all these distractions and you can say to yourself, well, am I paying attention to my goal or am I doing something that has nothing to do with my goal? Sometimes you have things you have to do, like, you have to feed the kids. So anyway, that's one way to think about this. Now here's a question from Nick in Tybee Island, Georgia, who says, with the holidays coming up, I'm considering a seasonal sale. Are there any guidelines for selling art at a discount for the holidays? Thank you, Nick. First, why are you instantly assuming you need to offer a discount? This is not a good practice. Discounts are usually held for times when things are tough and not selling. The holidays are when people are spending money. Yes, they do like discounts, there's no question about it, but they're not necessarily looking for discounts all the time, especially something like a luxury item like a painting. Discounts are something we do in our heads. They're not necessarily required. In retail, of course, they create the perception of discounts. If you walk into, let's say, the Limited, they always have, normal price $100, today's price $50, 50% off, but that's actually their normal price. So I suppose you can do that, but, rather than doing a sale, just do a show. I go to open studios here in Austin all the time, and I don't see anybody discounting work. I mean, there's a demand for work and that type of thing. So don't worry about the price right now. Worry about getting people in the door. The more people in the door, the more demand you create on your product, and price is less of an issue. The key point is to get them into the studio early. Get the word out. Do a mailing, do an emailing, tell all your friends, tell them several times, don't just tell them once. Hold a reception at your studio or at your house, invite everybody, and then have somebody there to act as your salesperson so that you can simply twinkle to the crowd, tell them the stories of the paintings, just meld with them and just spend time with them. Stories sell paintings. I teach that in my art marketing boot camp, I think the #1 video. Anyway, it's kind of late to be planning it, but you can still pull it off for this year. We're all desperate for last minute ideas, especially affluent people who need last-minute ideas. So get moving on this fast. Next question is from Dean in Fort Worth, Texas, who says, I know that Instagram and Facebook are popular social media sites for artists, but do you think it's good to have a presence on LinkedIn as well, or is that just for corporate networking? Well, think of it this way, Dean. First off, you have to be everywhere. If you're on social media, you've got to be on social media where your customers are. Where are your customers? Well, you might be surprised. They might be on LinkedIn. There are big networking groups on LinkedIn for art collectors. There are gallery networks on LinkedIn. There's a lot of things that you can do to penetrate that world and be seen in there. So LinkedIn, I think, is a valuable resource. But my rule is if I can't do a good job, I don't do it at all. You know, I do a good job on Facebook. I do a good job on Instagram. I don't do a very good job on Twitter, and I don't do a very good job on LinkedIn. I posted something there the other time, I think for the first time ever. And it's because I only have so much time and only so many resources. So pick the one that's going to be best for you. Now, there's this common misperception, and everybody just continually tells themselves this is the way to do things. And that misperception is that everybody who's on your friend list is going to see every post. The reality is only about 2% that are going to see it. So don't expect them to see it. Also, keep in mind, your friends are usually your friends, your acquaintances. And so they're people who are not necessarily your customers. So focus on customers. Anyway, I hope that helps. That was the Marketing Minute.
This has been the Marketing Minute with Eric Rhodes. You can learn more at artmarketing.com.